and diplomacy. We're live across 46 African countries and other parts of Europe. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube at Pan African Television. My name is Ivan Bans Aban. Well, today I will be the host of today's edition of Diplomatic Affairs TV show, and I'll quickly run you through the topics that we have tabled for our conversation. So first of all, we're going to be dealing with Ghana and Kenya elevating ties to binational commission. We're also going to be looking at Ukraine expand diplomatic footprints in Africa with new embassy in Ghana, and most importantly, we will also talk about Jaru breaking ground for construction of classroom blocks in Noasom, and largely we're going to be talking about a truly momentous occasion, the first ever diplomatic honors event to be held in Ghana. Well, so I'll go for this quick commercial break. Once I'm back, I will introduce my guest to you, and also we'll delve, or let us still explore the significance of all these topics that we've tabled. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Right, many thanks for still staying with us. This is Diplomatic Affairs TV show here on Pan African Television. We're live across 46 African countries and other parts of Europe. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube at Pan African Television. Well, so I'll quickly introduce my guest. Well, today I have in the studios with me Harriet Nate, host of Diplomatic Affairs TV show, and of course the CEO and founder of the Diplomatic Honors event. How are you doing, Harriet?
I'm good, Ivan.
Great. How does it feel to be on this side of the show?
You know, I was just about to say it's good to have you on the show. I just, had to, had to just, tell myself that wait, you are the guest. You are the guest of the show today,
right? So I'm in charge.
You are largely in charge. Take control. Right. The show is yours. Right. We're just here to help you run your show.
Right,
so,
right.
Yes.
And of course, I have with me Edwin Ota, who is also the sponsorship lead for the Diplomatic Honors event. Edwin, good. So good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
Yeah, good to see you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Great, great. So quickly, let's start with the conversation. Let's deal with Ghana, Kenya, elevating ties to binational commission, and permit me to just read excerpts of it so that our viewers can appreciate the conversation. Now, it says Ghana and Kenya have agreed to strengthen and expand the scope of their 61 years of old bilateral relations in order to unmark more socio-economic benefits for the citizens of both countries. It goes ahead to say that in view of this, the Paramount Joint Commission for Cooperation, that is the PJCC, that governs economic growth and technical cooperation between the two countries, is to elevate into binational commission. Unlike the PJCC, which is co-chaired by the Foreign Affairs Minister, the new commission would be headed by the two presidents, that's Kenya and Ghana, to deliberate and implement new mutual beneficial programs.
The European Union has 27 member countries. 75% of the collective GDP of the European Union is generated by intra-European trade. 75%. The 54 members of the African Union, 14% of their collective GDP is generated by intra-African trade. And those two statistics, in my view, tell the full story of why Europe is where it is and why we are where we are. So what is being done in this room today is absolutely critical for the future of our continent and the future prosperity of our people. And it underlines one very important fact. Politicians, ministers, presidents are always in the news. And the reason is obvious. But at the end of the day, the people who will drive the growth and development of this continent are the people in this room, the business people who are in this room. It's your ability to seize the opportunities that will determine whether or not we go forward. And that will determine whether or not the eradication of poverty in our generation is going to be possible in Africa.
We all know that Africa is home to 60% of the world's renewable energy resources, 30% of the world's mineral resources, 65% of the world's arable uncultivated agricultural land. And by 2050, will be home to the largest market of close to 2.5 billion people who will be living in this continent. If there is any serious business person or investor or entrepreneur that is thinking about the future, and they are not thinking about Kenya, Ghana, and Africa, then there is something wrong with their future.
So this is the situation now, this is the conversation now. I'll start off with you, Harriet. What do you make of this?
Ivan, thank you very much. Let me just go to the fact that I am excited about this development. The reason for my excitement is very simple, especially when it comes to African diplomacy. One of the things that we have deliberately done on diplomatic affairs is to push the agenda for African diplomacy. What do I mean by pushing the agenda for African diplomacy? To ensure that we put a spotlight on Africans dealing with each other. So we start from home, we look at the sub-region, and then we look at the continent. It is essential if Africa is